Welcome back. This is the post-game show presented by the Maroon Club. Every gift matters every year. Join the Maroon Club today. It was a Maroon day here on a Sunday afternoon. And our Pepsi player of the game, he's not from anywhere even close. From Kildare, Ireland, here's Scott with Paul Cummins.
And some of his three-pointers, Gary, were almost that far as well. Paul, great game today. You came in against this team that looked to be more athletic than the Leopards, but you handled them very well.
Yeah, I think that was our focus, contain. I think we did a great job in their best player, Blackwood, number 35. I don't know what he had, but he's below his season average. And they were quick, so we had to move our feet and stay balanced. I think we did it.
Blackwood held to just 3 second-half points, and it was a game of momentum in the first half. Played basically even for the first part of the first half, then blew it out. Same thing in the second half. What turned things around for the Leopards?
I'll tell you, the second half didn't start as planned. You know, they came out and they played aggressively, hit some shots. I think we hung our heads a bit, but when we slow down, when we focus on running on offense, I think we're tough to guard, and we got some open shots. Andrew Brown hit some big shots, you know. Everest was a beast inside, and we ran with it.
Some international experience over the summer. How does that translate to the court here?
Oh, it was priceless. It really was. You know, the experience I had over the summer is one of the best of my life, playing for Ireland, just playing against really good competition. And usually when I go back home for the summer, I try and stay conditioned. I lift some weights, I shoot in the gym, but this was high-level basketball, and it really prepared me for this upcoming season.
Well, congratulations on today's game. 4 3-pointers, 12 total points. Good job.
Thanks very much.
Turn our attention now to Coach O'Hanlon. Coach, all you did was talk about Tristan Blackwood. 3 points only tonight. A great job shutting down one of the better plays you'll see all year.
Absolutely. You know, that was one of our game plans coming in here. We don't want to put too much emphasis on it, but at the same time, we knew that if you don't stop him or he could go crazy. Like the last game, he had 6 threes, and we did a terrific job. And to hold this team to 54 points was a very good effort on our part.
Well, now you've got 3 wins. This the first in regulation, so that's a good note for the coach always. But a really good message in this game as well as you're handling different kinds of teams.
Yeah, absolutely. They all present a different face, and I thought we handled what they showed us very well. There was a couple of lulls in the game that we have to be more consistent throughout a 40-minute game. But that's going to happen early in the season. I thought at the beginning of the second half, we needed to come out with a little bit more fire. You know, we had a 10-point lead, and we kind of gave it up pretty quickly. But for the most part, we got it back. We got our poise back. We started playing like we're capable of, and we finished out the game strong.
After the lull in the second half, you challenged them directly in the huddle, and they came out and, to their credit, responded very well with some high-level defensive pressure.
Yes, they did. We got some key stops there when we needed to, and we got some good scoring opportunities. And you know, as I said, it's a 40-minute game, and we have to build up that we can play for those 40 minutes and not for 30 minutes or 35 minutes.
Thanks, Coach. Great game tonight.
Thank you.
Gary, back over to you.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. A good win by Lafayette today and by Franio's ball club. And Scott, right, they played very well defensively. Certainly stopped Blackwood. I'm not quite sure whether he was 100% healthy, but he certainly didn't give the Blue Devils the kind of game that he normally does, held to just that 1 3-point bucket in the second half. Let's take a look at the game highlights. John Leone will take you through those on the Lafayette postgame show.
Well, Bilal Abdullah really came out of his shell today, Gary, offensively hitting some perimeter jump shots. Very good ball movement, great screening on the perimeter, coming off a handoff. Boy, if you go underneath on the Lafayette shooters, Gary, they will just line it up and drill it. Lafayette shooting over 50% from the 3-point arc. And a lot of it was the product of a lot of inside-out. That time it was Michael Gruner out to Cummins. And then Andrew Brown, one of the quickest releases you'll ever see in basketball. Matt Betley finding people all over the court. Gary, so many pieces of this offense working so well. Lafayette consistently throwing the extra pass. But, Gary, it was here on defense where the Lafayette Leopards really earned their money today. On the ball defense here. Now watch the dribble handoffs and watch the switches. Stop it right now. They just simply don't get caught in these screens. They just switch off. There's nowhere, and they'll switch again. Then they switch off the big guy, and then inside, nothing happening. Great help by the big guy. They forced those kinds of shots all game long, Gary. It was just a product of great half-court defense and outstanding execution at the offensive end for Lafayette.
John, we've seen 2 real good wins this week out of the Lafayette Leopards. UMBC, of course, in overtime, and then this good win here looking for some good things next Wednesday against Penn.
Well, if they invite us, we'll do our best again.
Well, I think we will indeed be here. And when we look at individually, Ken Horton with 10, as Shamik Thompson has a dozen, and Joe Seymour with 13. There you get a look at the numbers on the Lafayette side. They had 3 guys in triple figures also. 17 for Andrew Brown, 16 for Bilal Abdullah, and Paul Cummins, who seemed to really get him started. He comes up with a dozen points. Lafayette shot 24 for 49 from the field, 49% today, and just as well from three-point land, where they were 12 for 25. That's 48%. And they were 11 for 13 from the foul line. They haven't been outstanding from the foul line, but today they were, and one can only believe that the Lafayette team will just get better from the 15-foot stripe, 85% today. The Leopards with a good victory. They go to 3-2, above 500 for the first time. They win back-to-back basketball games for the first time, and they do it with relative ease, 71-54 over a very good Central Connecticut State basketball team. Well, my thanks to Scott Barr, to John Leone, certainly to Chris Popick and the RCN television team for a job very well done, and an invitation to all of you to rejoin us next Wednesday when the Penn Quakers come to town for a 7 o'clock tip-off. All 3 of us will be back, along with the RCN gang. We would like you to come back with us. Final score, 71-54. Lafayette wins this one over Central Connecticut State. We thank you for spending time with us on a Sunday afternoon. For all of us, I'm Gary Laubach. Goodbye, everybody.